Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone. First thing first, I will introduce the member of our group. It's me, Fitria Duhitami, and my friends Siti Farida Ramadhani, Nanda Nur Arikza, Titi Sofiana Dewi, and Wulan Triana. In this video, me and my friends will present the result of our paper entitled The Important Teachers Quality in 4.0 Era. Nowadays, the world is entering the era of Industry Revolution 4.0, where technology becomes the foundation of human life. During this time, it has influenced many areas of life, both in business, politics, culture, art, and education. The field of education is closely linked to the Industrial Revolution 4.0, which can be referenced to support learning and thinking patterns, develop creative and innovation from students, and excel for the next generation of the country. Education in the Industrial Revolution 4.0 era is a phenomenon that meets the needs of the Industrial Revolution by adapting the new curriculum to the current situation. The role of teacher is now becoming more important and strategic as development politics are now shifting from the government. Improving the quality of talent means relying on the teacher, so teachers become agents of change by strengthening talent, developing student talent, more creative management of learning, and shaping children in the country. For the reason, teachers need to develop their personal, professional, social, and educational skill to be able to train positive and coping students. The purpose of this research is to show how teachers' ability in the Revolution 4.0 era in improving the quality of education.
So ladies and gentlemen, I am Rahma, and I will continue my friend's explanation about the article. So here we're gonna talk about the literature review. The first is about definition of teacher competencies. So teacher competency is the ability of a teacher to carry out his duty and obligations properly and responsibly. And in the law of the Republic Indonesia number 14 of 2005 concerning teachers and lecturers, it is stated that a teacher is a professional educator whose main task is to educate, guide, teach, assess, train, and evaluate students starting from early childhood, such as the basic education, secondary, and formal education. In this case, the teacher acts as a facilitator, motivator, inspiration, and also the learning engineer. And you know that there are 4 competencies that teacher must have. The first is personal competencies. A teacher must have a good moral, be wise, and then be an example for their student. In this case, teacher must act according to applicable norms, and then be independent, honest, and etc. And the second is pedagogic competencies. This competency is the teacher's ability to manage the learning, starting from the recognizing the student, and then designing learning, determine the learning methods, implement learning, evaluate learning, and then develop the potential that students have. And we call it pedagogic competencies. And teacher must have this competency. And the third is social competence. So the teacher must have a good relation with the society in the school, such as students, their partner as a teacher, and then also the society around the school. And a good teacher, they cannot be discriminate against religion and then ethnicity, gender, and etc. Um, Also, as a professional teacher, they have to uh, have the empathy to the environment. And the last is professional competency. This is the teacher's ability to understand and master the learning material. So what is the material that wanna give to the student? What is the standard of the material? And then everything about the material, teacher must be understand about it so that they can give the material perfectly without getting wrong about the standard and etc. And the second, we're gonna talk about the character of the teacher qualities or the qualities teacher. In the 4.0 era, education has experienced a rapid development. Education has the significant development, and then almost the entire education sectors requires the support of the technology and the internet. In addition, the cognition and thinking abilities of students have also improved with the exciting facilities in this era. For this reason, teachers must have strategies in assisting their students as well as in dealing with the existing development. And there are some characters that we got or that we gonna talk about the article about the qualities of the teacher. And here are some characters that we gonna discuss. The first is educational ability, internet-based teaching or learning ability as a basic ability. So, teacher in the 4.0 era must be concerned about the internet. That's why they have to give the information and also the knowledge about the internet to their student. Why? Because internet has a good knowledge, a good experience or a good method to give to the children. And with internet, students can access anything. That's why teachers have to give this information about internet to the student. They can try to they can start with the giving the data on the internet or ask student to looking for some thing in the internet. And the second is technical commercialization capacity by educating students through a full attitude of entrepreneurship by the technology. In this case, teacher in 4.0 era must also be aware of technology and not be ignorant. They should introduce the many technologies that students can do or can use to support their learning and also their work easier. In addition, teacher must also cultivate an attitude and spirit of business in the use of existing technological development. And by technology, I believe that students can be more develop their potential. Yeah. Okay, so the third is globalization competencies for problem solving skills. In this globalization, of course, there are many cases, there are many things that happen. And for this reason, teacher must be able to uh, meet the competencies mentioned in the teacher competencies. And uh, they can they can be more participate in the problem solving. Yeah, I mean that when the student have a problem, or they the teacher itself, they have a problem, they can be how to solve the problem. They have to help the student to solve the problem, and then they also have to look for the way to solve the problem. And the way he solve the problems can also be used an example by his student, and can help shape the character of the student, such as to be independent students. And this is good for the student. And the fourth is the ability of future strategies. Qualified teacher must also be good at understanding and learning something that is happening in this time, and what should be maintained, what should be what should be eliminated, and what should be improved. So they will be able to formulate strategies for the future, although what is planned is not always as expected. When the teacher is good at understanding the situation and managing everything, he will still be able to face all conditions that will come. And the last is competency advisor. Uh, the professional teacher have to become facilitator, and then motivators, and also counselors. So why teacher have to get the good relation with the student is because when the student have a problem, and they can share his problem with the teacher, and teacher can help them to solve the problem, and that will be good for the teacher and also the student. When the student didn't have a problem, they can focus in the learning and teaching, so that the goals of the learning they can achieve by this step. So those are about the literature review that I can give, and the next material will be given by my friend. Thank you.
Discuss about method. The research method that will be used is a mixed method, which is a study that combines about qualitative method and quantitative method to answer research appropriately and with principle. The type of the data used in this research is secondary research. Secondary research is source of research data obtained by researchers indirectly through intermediary media. And then qualitative method by way of observation from school or campus in the form of photos or video. And then while the quantitative method use a survey. The participants in this article are education students who will become teachers and lecturers who already have a lot of experience in the field of technology.
Education 4.0 is a term used by education experts to integrate cyber technology into learning. And education 4.0 is a response to the needs of the industrial revolution 4.0, where machines and humans are allied to find solutions, solve problems, and find innovation possibilities. From the results of the research that has been done, the quality of teachers in the development of education in the 4.0 era is still low. Many teachers are not aware of the importance of improving competence by the times. In industrial education 4.0, teachers must be able to use technology as a learning medium to support students in the learning process. From the description above, we see that technology has also changed in the world of education. This change has resulted in many change in roles, including in the world of education, especially in the field of teacher education, especially in education in this 4.0 era.
Conclusion: the quality of teacher is very important because it is one of the crucial things that must be considered in the education system, especially in the teaching and learning process. This is because the quality of teacher will also affect the quality of school. The quality of teacher can also be affected in many areas, such as the quality of the country's education system, as well as the quality and outcomes of students. In addition, the teacher is in control during the learning process. Therefore, teachers must be truly qualified, competent, and can create a conducive learning atmosphere. The quality of teacher need in the current 4.0 era is the ability to use internet-based learning as a basic skill, having the ability to study with entrepreneur, technology, globalization, competence for problem-solving skill, future strategy, capabilities, advisory competency. Therefore, teachers should consider their quality more the bold improvement in the classroom so that both teacher and student alike get the benefits that can make the education system a success. Improving the quality of talents means relying on teachers so that teacher becomes agents of change by strengthening talents, developing student talents, being more creative in managing learning, and shaping children in the country. The teacher needs in the industrial revolution for zero era area professional teacher who can really answer challenge. To the end, teachers need to develop their personal, professional, social, and educational skills to be able to train positive and coping students. There we can know that the competence of the teacher also contributes to the quality of the teacher that will be formed. Finally, we come to the end of the presentation. There are several important points that have been discussed, such as the importance of teacher quality in this 4.0 era. In addition, the quality of teacher is also very much needed for the future. And thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Sabri Inggris ya? Kah, bodo amat.